I've always had a super big passion to share what I'm excited about. So when I became excited about God, I tended to go out of my way and to be very intentional about sharing about God. The first person that really impacted me, though, in terms of, whoa, this could be something that I could do the rest of my life, is Pastor Tony Rodriguez. He was my pastor in San Jose, California, at a little church called San Jose Central. And I remember just seeing him in action and me thinking like, man, I can't believe he gets paid to do this. He really went out of his way to disciple me, to mentor me, and to be really the father I never had. So he would take me to Bible studies, he would take me to board meetings, he would take me to just different events. And ultimately, he is the person who allowed me to preach consistently from the pulpit. I was a fairly new Christian, and he shared his pulpit with me. He'd go over my sermons of what I was going to be sharing. I think the first sermon I ever preached was actually given to me. It was for like a youth Sabbath. But those moments really started to build the trajectory of me thinking, man, I can do this for the rest of my life. Shortly after my local church experience, I did come across a ministry called Youth Rush. Youth Rush is a ministry where young people go door to door sharing about their faith, and I always heard about it. And when I finally was given the opportunity to actually attend as a student, that radically impacted me too. For 5 days a week, we literally talked to people about God, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. That definitely shaped me as well in terms of a career path of ministry. That was my first time ever doing full-time ministry, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of growing experiences, seeing God work, a lot of miracles that would take place going door to door. It really helped me see the relevance of God, not just in my life, but also the gift that God has given me to be able to share Him with others. I am a first-generation Mexican-American. My parents were both immigrants to America at a young age. At the same time, went to school here, was born here, so was influenced by Mexican-American, Chicano type of culture in East San Jose, California. So I feel that what you see is what you get with me. I've gotten to a place in my ministry where I know that God loves me, but He also loves what makes Marco Marco. I don't necessarily have to try to be anything different that I'm not in order for God to continue to love and to accept me. That leaks out into not just how I speak, not just how I talk, not just how I like to have fun. I feel at times some churches may need to get used to someone like me because I don't put on a facade for anyone. God loves me, and He just doesn't love me, but He loves where I'm from. And He doesn't just love where I'm from, but He loves what I'm becoming. Since I come from a secular background, I'm always thinking about the non-Adventist Christian in my congregation. But I feel that if we are to preach the gospel to the world, then we have to be relevant to the world. And I used to be a little bit more afraid of, oh man, like what does that mean? I don't want to be worldly. But no, I've learned through my years of sitting at the feet of Jesus and studying the Bible that God uses also local context and culture to reach His people. Even just recently, we had this big immigration push where there was a lot of immigrants being deported. It's kind of weird to stand up on the pulpit and not acknowledge any of that when you know that it's affecting certain members of your community, of your faith community, even your congregants. So I ask God for wisdom to show me how to address what needs to be addressed, and also using the pulpit as a sacred space of just hearing from God and knowing what to say or what's better kept just with conversations with individuals or even smaller groups. So that's something that I'm still learning to do. People and seeing people grow spiritually is the reason why I'm a pastor today. What keeps me here, I do think it's the relationships, but that's what I need to fight for the most. Because while you're planning things for the church, while you're making sure the church functions on a very practical material level, sometimes those things can crowd out what brings you the most joy in ministry, which for me is relationships, is spending time with people. So looking into the future, I definitely want to continue to grow in my understanding of God's love, grow in my understanding of God's grace. Looking into the future, I want to grow in my understanding on how I can communicate these things. Because if these little glimpses of love, light, and hope are impacting me, just imagine if I'm able to communicate these things effectively to my congregation and how those things will also affect them. So that's one thing that I really want to work on, both now and in the near future.